Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, innovating, and amazing Propagandacast with me, host Imperial Dane, the one and only Master Propaganda of hit 1v1 on Pachino Stalemate. In the south, we have TheChosen fighting for the Deutsches Afrika Korps, the 16th Panzerdivision here, tasked with pushing through and securing the village here against American forces. In this case, led by the one and only, the legend, RedxWings, fighting for American freedom democracy here with the 82nd Airborne, into a rifle start here versus a double Panzer Pioneer Panzer squad here for TheChosen, allowing to grab more territory in the early game, still getting some infantry out there, so I've seen a slight return again to more Panzer Pioneer heavy builds, though still Panzer Grenadiers remain a bit more effective after the buffs. As always, a big hearty thanks to my Patreon supporters for the continued and generous support the Propagandacaster allows me to keep making all these videos. A big thanks to all those wonderful people. And a big hearty thanks to all those who keep, liking and commenting on the videos. Helps out a bunch as well. So, Panzer Pioneer securing the centre. Panzer goes heading east was up there. So Panzer Pioneer advancing for the Fasterland. And we got the Rifle advancing on the western field point there. The scouts probing forwards. No additional further forces here for RedxWings as of yet. We got a Jeep out, but it's worth noting there, it appears it's not gone from, and since it's not immediately veterans who won, nor is it immediately out in the field here. So that does beg the question of what RedxWings is planning here. Definitely rare to see a Jeep nowadays without it being from the Armoured Battle Group. Another Panzer Grenadier squad added for TheChosen. Meanwhile, RedxWings' Jeep is just racing through the fences, crashing them all. Yeah, we'd really taken down the German defense. Bob, shut up, you Panzer terrible.
What do you need? Panzer Grenadiers.
Another Panzer squad ready. There go. Jeep racing in straight into the Panzer Pioneer. Quick shot there. Panzer Pioneer there racing into the nearby building. Kicking in the door, securing the windows, and firing back at the Jeep here. There go. Quick shot there for the side armor. German troops pushing northwards here. Panzer Grenadiers clashing soon, I think, here with the riflemen in the center. There we go. Quick looking to occupy the building here. There we go. Could turn into a duel here, but which one would should favor the Germans, since that building does not exactly have a lot of great firing positions out of the side compared to this building here. That works out fairly well there for TheChosen. Panzer Pioneer dodging back out. Panzer Grenadier moving in for TheChosen, going to flank the Jeep here. Meanwhile, scouts are being sent in to, I suppose, get an extra look in the situation. Only get spotted and spot the Panzer Grenadiers in turn. The Jeep taking further damage. Panzer Pioneer racing back to that fuel point. Scouts there, low on health. But there you go. Auto drops there from the Panzer Grenadier squad, as the Jeep continues to inflict a fair amount of damage here under RedxWings' stoic command. We got here the rifle setting out, the other starting here. The Panzer Grenadiers going to have to double out there from TheChosen with them. No sign of tech here. Additional troops from TheChosen. Always say a fast half-track here. Scouts forced away there. But the Jeep meanwhile continues to be an absolute menace here. It's got 3 kills already. Veterans who won, doing a fair amount of damage, of course. Rifle attacking in from the center towards the south here. Panzer Grenadiers continue to pursue here. Got the munitions point, but we got a rifle coming in there. He's going to have to retreat here, and the Panzer Grenadiers definitely will also need to withdraw here, and TheChosen does do so expediently. Thumbs up there. Had he stuck around any longer, that could have cost him. In the center, the west here, fuel point there being seized by the Panzer Grenadiers as TheChosen keeps up his little infantry blitz, and his 3rd Panzer Grenadier squad is around on the field here. So there we go. Meanwhile, rifle pushing on towards the carve point here, or the fuel point there. Even as TheChosen, of course, is doing the exact same thing as RedxWings. We've got 2 rifle squads setting up shop here. A strong push here by the 82nd Airborne, though it's mostly a nearby rifle company doing most of the legwork at the moment. Enforcing, we got the light support company up here for TheChosen. Up north there, fuel punch corps about to get cut off here by RedxWings, ready to counter harass his opponent. Panzer's flanking up here. And there you go, Panzer Pioneer moving in. More arriving as well. Then each sign of further takeover. Perhaps an ambulance here from TheChosen. Could occupy the church then against RedxWings. Fuel point there, very neutral. Northern fuel point now it's definitely cut off here. RedxWings there circling on that unit here. Meanwhile, the Panzer Grenadiers and the Panzer Pioneer, they're engaging fiercely here, the rifle squads there. Panzer Pioneer being forced to withdraw now. Almost got the fuel point here. Strong harassing move here for RedxWings. And getting some good damage in here on TheChosen's Panzer Grenadier. Almost got a wipe there too. That had been excellent for RedxWings, but did fall a bit short there of the full expectations. Low health rifle squad will probably retreat soon, though he's going to need some medics as well to heal them out. In fact, there's a chance that RedxWings could now suffer a wipe from TheChosen. This would of course be amazing for the Germans, and a huge blow to RedxWings there. 250 manpower straight down the drain in the early game. does happen, and that's going to be tough here for RedxWings to just quickly make up for, and considering he didn't get any wipes on his opponent. So, strong there for TheChosen. Very strong. Ultra RedxWings, no battle group yet here, just grabbing points with this Jeep. All natural, no artificial enhancers there being used. No Jeep steroids. My drill sergeant always told me to say no to performance enhancements for my Jeeps. So, Jeep there, flying away there. Quickly disengaging. Going back the fuel pond. Could consider laying down some mines here with a Panzer Pioneer. Would make it harder for Rex to sneak in there, but no further troops here for RedxWings. No sign of anything further than his base, in fact. Perhaps there's this brief moment here for RedxWings after losing that rifle squad. He's in a bit of a state of shock. There's like, God, I lost a rifle squad. Whatever shall I do? And apparently, unlike most other American players, he doesn't go, well, I'm just going to go for a rifleman. Apparently, that part is just not there in RedxWings. Grabbing the fuel pump back with the Jeep using self-repair there. Thumbs up. Mine stand as well by the victory point. Very good as well there by TheChosen. And quickly forcing the rifle out there as they see what's on the other side there. Hey Bob, what do you see? Flamethrower! Get out! Wild Squad pushing back the Panzer Pioneer there. Mines as well from TheChosen. And we got mechanized support and with RedxWings, and we got a fast M16 anti-aircraft half track. Now, that's an interesting choice here by RedxWings. Very interesting. Very spicy too, that's for sure. And we got a choice here, it's airborne. Got heavy machine gun paratroopers, and we got paratroopers now. And we got an immediate paratrooper drop now as well for RedxWings. Finally, the men of the Aegis Airborne has finally found the time to arrive at the front line. Guess they found the keys to the airplane. So there you go, dropping in. Guessing light machine gun of course, got to go for bazookas. Mine goes off, and the raft squad leaving one of RedxWings engineers quite indisposed permanently. Raft squad forced by their paratroopers. Unfortunately, we are getting the double Browning light machine upgrade here. Panzer being caught out in the open. Paratroopers advancing with their M1 carbines. Panzer Pioneer extended without health for force away. And we got a 250 after the Panzer is rushing straight down the middle of the road here, straight from the east to west of Pachino. Meanwhile, the M16 are racing after here. TheChosen's Panzer Grenadiers without grenades. It's going to be difficult for them to stop easily. And we got the paratroopers here, slightly blocking, I think, the half track because there's this brief moment where he's concerned he might have bazookas. But he does get the Jeep here, I think. Yes, RedxWings does lose the Jeep. A good kill here for TheChosen against RedxWings. Half track disengaging. Paratroopers there got their Browning light machine gun, significantly boosting the firepower here. Up north, their fuel munition pumping grab, but he's got the fuel pump right outside there of TheChosen's base. Ambulance back at the base as well. They're very good for TheChosen. As for RedxWings, well, who knows what's next? He's definitely going off the usual beaten meta road, that is for sure. Panzerjägers, they're pushing northwards, and they're lighter Schützen Panzerwagen. M16 rolling in here with its 450 caliber machine guns mounted in the back there for anti-aircraft duties. 250 half-tech knocked out. Great kill there for RedxWings. Not the biggest, but you know, certainly doesn't hurt either, now does it?
Sector lost. No contact.
The center raft squad runs to the Panzer Pioneer. But we got the M6 rushing in, and of course with the loss of the half-track, TheChosen can't easily keep up with the M16 here. He's going to need like something to counter this M16 fast. He's going to like have to hope it hits a mine. RedxWings, they're going for a bazooka team now as well. Good golly, he is really just going his own ways. Meanwhile, we got veteran squadrons up here for TheChosen, and we got the grenade upgrade as well. So he's now really committing hard to the Panzer Grenadiers to match RedxWings forces. Thumbs up to that. Clashing with the rascal, we got a quick grenade here from RedxWings. A bit of a surprise there for the German infantry. But he could definitely, I think, benefit from a bit more infantry. M16 are ready, and we got the bazooka team out here for RedxWings. Panzer being caught here with M16. We got the Panzerjägers on the move here, going to quickly, I imagine, occupy one of these two houses and ambush the M16 here, as it's going to be definitely unable to deal with the Panzerjägers. Quickly moving forwards over there. Anti-tank rifles appearing there in the shop and going to fire right down the M16 here, which is definitely forced back here. No chance there. Engineers moving up. Panzers occupy the other house here. No, they don't. Another great here on the M16. Engineers being forced back here by German infantry. And we got a bazooka team there that's, I imagine, also going to get forced out here. Ode to TheChosen. Still no battle group for TheChosen. That is a surprisingly rare battle group pick here for him so far. Very intriguing. Could indicate he's not got any plans. Could also indicate he's like just going to go for armored support, which feels like, out of the 3 battle groups, the one that works best for the late pick. I mean, if you're going for, say, Italian infantry, you kind of want like get going soon for some of the Guastatori or the L640. It's not a battle group we really want to like wait on stuff. And similarly, Italian combined arms, like looking to either get like some fast light armor, an assault gun, or you know, start pushing for those best yet at least the upgrade to the Panzergrenadiers. So it feels like already here from TheChosen is an armored support choice. 16 pulling forwards here. Because I mean he's got 3 Panzergrenadier squads already like, you know, fairly bulked up, so like, you know, going for the Raiders here would of course be amazing for him. Could certainly, I think, put RedxWings into a really uncomfortable spot. Yeah, RedxWings, they're being forced back. German troops are counter-attacking hard. The M16 though is proving to be a headache here, and we got an MD-34. Interesting enough here from TheChosen. I mean, he's only got the Panzerjägers to counter the M16, and that is it, really. We're not seeing, you know, PaK-38s or flat feelings or anything like that at all here being brought up to hit back at RedxWings and the 82nd Airborne. 30 cal there being hauled forwards. Needs falls back here. Mines down here, very good. And we got a fairly actively used ambulance here by TheChosen. Thumbs up. You don't see that too often. Most of good reason. Of course, you typically don't want to risk it, but, you know, it is nonetheless worth noting. You know, you can use them right when just parking in your base here, so definitely interesting match. Mine goes off. They're almost taking out the ambulance. Panzerpionier, they're suffering losses. M16 moving forwards. Panzergrenadiers moving out to the Haftladnung, which is a magnetic anti-tank weapon there. No, I don't believe it could actually be thrown. You actually like run straight up to the tank and then, like, you know, slam it onto the side, and then it will, like, you know, take care of the rest. So, little note there, of course, trying to get that to work in the game and actually getting people like to want to do that is obviously going to be next to impossible to balance out anyway. So, understand what? Oh, engine damage here. Almost got the M16, but no. Can he finish it off? He doesn't. And RedxWings M16 survives their painful encounter with the German Schützenmine. And the Panzerpionier also survive a nasty encounter with M16, the 30 cal, and the Rifle Squad. Bazooka team, they're pulling through the rubble here in the south. Healing reinforcement here from the ambulance. And we got a Panzerarmee Commando here now from TheChosen, moving straight ahead for the Panzerkampfwagens. 2 thumbs up. But still, no battle group chosen yet here for TheChosen. Kind choice. For someone who's called TheChosen, the lack of a choice here does strike me as slightly odd. But maybe that's part of a larger, you know, misdirection campaign. Oh, there we go. We do get armored support. We got immediate choices of Panzer, Storm, vehicle awareness, and nothing else yet. South here alone, Panzerguns coming caught by the paratroops and the bazooka team here. Brownings versus the MD-34. Though, of course, crucially, it's 2 Brownings versus 1 Maschinengewehr 34. RedxWings launches the assault here with the paratroopers. Bazooka team could move to, like, for example, blast away the cover with the Veterans 1 ability, but clearly does not give a toss about that. Paratroopers closing in now against the Panzergrenadier. Quick chuck a grenade here. In this case, that is what TheChosen does. But there you go, bazooka team there wrecks the cover of the Panzergrenadier, but it's just too late here. The paratroopers suffered immense amounts of damage here, and now we got reinforcements arriving here from the rest of the 15th Panzerdivision. 5th Panzergrenadier Company, or 16th Panzerdivision. We got more mines being prepared, but now we got the M16 moving in again. RedxWings definitely getting as much value out of that anti-aircraft half-tech as he can, even as the Germans. Thumbs up to that. Meanwhile, at this point, I do believe that TheChosen can actually start pulling for Panzer IIIs. Just needs to press that button. He could, of course, also plan to go straight for armored reserves here and begin already maybe planning to, like, pull for something bigger like a Panzer IV or a pair of Stugs. Theoretically, could also, like, try and hold out for a Tiger tank, but I think going for a Tiger tank as the very first unit would be too ambitious here, but TheChosen could definitely give, I think, RedxWings too much time to recover. We got more units being dropped in here, another paratrooper squad here, more men of the 82nd Airborne finally arriving here. Resources being flooded by TheChosen, definitely should go for those Panzer IIIs as soon as possible. There you go, as I say that he does go for the Panzerkampfwagen 3 Ausführung L. Which is, I would say, the first major mass-produced model to use the higher velocity 50mm gun. By the time of Italy, though, most elements were replaced by the Model M, which was a further up armored version with extra frontal armor and also armored side skirts. Fun fact. But they've got paratrooping for Panzerjägers versus paratroopers here. Not a great engagement, but the flamethrowers in the building here should provide a bit of background here for the Chosen's positions, but ultimately I think there's going to be limits to how much you can do here. Also, by the way, over to RedxWings, as he's about to be hit by Panda 3. We do have a tank there, pal, because both players are rushing for tanks, and RedxWings is not too far away from a Sherman of his own. Panzergrenadiers with another Hafterladung here, blasting through the M16s there. On the west side here, Panzergrenadiers catching the bazooka team and the paratroopers. A lot of action here now. Both paratroopers equipped there with light machine guns, and we got the other one equipped with concealment, basically, of course, allowing it to camouflage, but also giving it a nice ambush bonus. In fact, more and more players are starting to catch on. The paratroopers with the ambush bonus are actually really good. There's definitely been, like, I think, a slight shift in the meta game, which is, you know, something that is worth noting. There's still, like, you know, a lot of stuff being discovered as people, like, you know, make initial assessments of something, and then, you know, someone proves them wrong, and they're like, oh, right. Anyways, in the center there, we got the Panther Fleet driving forwards here, rushing towards the center here, catching RedxWings positions in the state of disarray here. My god, it's a Panzer! Well, it's not that big. It's still a tank. Oh, yeah. So the Panther Fleet rushing forwards here. M18 Hellcat on the way here. Bazooka team, though, bracing themselves for the assault here. And there you go. Fires away the bazookas at the Panther Fleet here. Almost got the satchel charge here off. But the Chosen catches himself and realizes if he gets too close, he's going to get satchel. And that can do a lot of damage to his Panzerkampfwagen. Meanwhile, ambulance rush to the front line again. Note again, very active use of the ambulance from time to time when he feels like it's safe. He's more than happy to rush it forwards. And that way, you know, just do things close to the front line. Thumbs up to that. Retreating here, others pushing forwards. Scout spotted by the Panzerkampfwagen. And we got paratroopers and bazooka team launching another assault. M18 Hellcat has also arrived here for RedxWings, freedom, and democracy. Panther 3 is about to be met here by the Hellcats. Not big great here for the Chosen. He's going to need more Panther 3s or Panther 4s. The Stugs to really, like, you know, have a chance. He needs RedxWings to really mess up. And there you go. Bazooka team also moving in here as well. Catching the Panther 3 in a really terrible spot. Ambulance also needs to get away here. Panzerjäger is driving here. Narrowly saying, I think, the Panther 3 here because it's clearly he's not going to push in. He's always going to hit there by the, you know, tear gas rounds. Mine goes off in the paratrooper's feet here. And now the 30 cal pretty much renders the center of Pachino unhospitable for German infantry. A lot of action. And there you go. We got another Panther 3 here for the Chosen. In the South, American troops being forced, including one paratrooper squad. So things are starting to rapidly up here on the armor front, which is only one of those Deutsches Afrika advantages. You can get out a fair amount of medium tanks fairly fast. North here, Panzergrenadier being spotted by that M16. RedxWings continues to swing it about there quite effectively, making things quite a mess here for the Chosen and the 16th Panzer Division. He could arguably still do with a bit more infantry, but it's just been particular since he has lost all of his riflemen. He's turned down to the paratroopers, some engineers, the scouts, the bazooka team to assist the paratroopers. Panzer 3 rolling in here for the Chosen. Paratroopers there being pushed back here, overwhelmed by the might of the Panzergrenadiers. Hellcat there getting a bit more cautious now, perhaps sensing there could be another wave of German Panzers inbound. RedxWings just falls back here. In the center there, Panzer being caught with the 30 cal. Panther 3s, yeah, waiting to move out there in more of a formation. Thumbs up to the Chosen. Definitely want to keep them working together. Here is the Hellcat. Wait, what? Why is the other Panther not moving into assist? Bit of a slip, I think, here by the Chosen. Good shot here. Panzerjägers, of course, occupy the building against ambush the Hellcat, or just run for it straight for the alley and then flank it. That is another option here. M16 being repaired in the south. Second Panther Fleet following up. We'll need to repair the first one, and then I think make a more coordinated push against RedxWings. And there you go. The bazooka team spotting the Panzerjägers. The Panzerjäger, of course, wishing they had bazookas, or Panzerschrecks at the very least.
Enemy activity near our munitions point.
South side, Panzergrenadiers advantage. We've got paratroopers down here in the south. And over in the base here of the Chosen. Not much else going on there as of yet. Panzer of course, could do with some nice machine upgrades. Occupying the house here. Not really effective here for the RedxWings. Men there. And they're quickly sent scurrying out of the back door there with a grenade, a Stielhandgranate. Mines going off here, Panzer taking losses, and now we got a big surge into here for the center by RedxWings. Men clambering through the broken streets across craters as they assail the German position, and the Chosen's men scatter here. In the center, though, flamethrower pioneers launching a counterattack, but they realize they're outnumbered and unsupported. The Panther fleets actually went southwards here, routing a paratrooper squad here. Well done. But there's certainly the argument that Panther fleets could have been quite helpful in resisting the main thrust of RedxWings and the 82nd Airborne here in the center. Panzerkampfwagen advancing here. We got Panzerjäger being assailed here. Paratroopers there being pushed back by the Panzerkampfwagens. No further choice of battle group. I mean, he could consider like a Flammenpanzer fleet to help deal with the infantry. I think with Hellcats and Nostrums in the way, that he definitely just wants more regular Panzer fleets. There's also the option of maybe a command tank down the road or going for battlefield salvage. But there goes Sherman going straight at the Panzerjägers. Oh well, forced back here. Panther fleets finding some coming from. We also got rapid fire locked on one of the Panther fleets. Very good ability when used correctly in my experience. If you got multiple Panther fleets with it, it can really get nasty. Up north here, M16 continues to like harass and make a miserable affair here for the Chosen's flanks here. Thumbs up to RedxWings. Hellcat shown withdrawing from the center as the Panther fleets are shifting northwards. Got the Stuka anti-tank loader here now for the Chosen. Nothing further here in the base of RedxWings. Oh, we got another airdrop. It's an anti-tank gun. Is it another paratrooper squad? We'll have to see. Personally, I would like to see some more paratroopers. But an anti-tank gun in the current circumstances does kind of make sense. And what is this? It's 2 airdrops. Anti-tank gun and paratroopers then? Am I just mistaken here? Was that a supply drop? Hard to say that other way though. Germany being caught with the Panther fleets, but the Panther fleets themselves are suffering a fair amount of damage and they have to fall back as they cannot sustain the engagement with the amount of damage inflicted on them by RedxWings. Weird though. Could have sworn there was like 2 aircraft coming in, which they typically don't need for the anti-tank, and I guess that's a new thing they made there, slight change of detail perhaps. Either way though, scouts here hiding out there. Nice. So there, Panzer being flanked here. We got the Panzerjägers moving in. They're obviously not going to match an impact grenade dodged here. Good work by the Chosen. There's Panther fleets, though I need repairs, and they're getting them. He's also capable of going for another Panther fleet now. Of course, there's still the option of going for armed reserve and setting up for something a bit heavier here, like a pair of Stugs or a Panther 4. But again, you could also try and hold up for the Tiger tank. Certainly with 2 Panther fleets, there's an argument for starting out for a Panther 3 a bit more. Paratroopers inside the house here getting absolutely pummeled. The building is falling apart here in the face of the German assault. As the men of the 16th advance here, paratroopers bazooka team, they're being slaughtered. At least discomforted quite aggressive. In the south here, the Panzer get wiped up. The M16. Yeah, we did it! Well, they couldn't, like, really fight back. Well, you know. I mean, just look at the state of the half-track. It's all scorched, man. They ruined the paint job, bro. Terrible resale value now. It's an armored fighting vehicle. Why are you thinking of reselling it already now? Another Panzerkampfwagen here for the Chosen. I mean, he's almost got the fuel for a 4th one. I mean, certainly having 4 Panzer fleets here could be a hell of a headache for RedxWings to have to deal with, so that makes sense. Meanwhile, back at RedxWing space, nothing further happening here. Panzer's moving forward. Oh, catching the anti-tank in a really bad spot. He could wipe it and even maybe destroyed. That'd be great here for the Chosen. And the 16th Panzer showing quite a headache here for RedxWings. There you go, Panther fleets firing the high velocity 15mm guns there at the M1 anti-tank gun, and they destroy it. Removing RedxWings, you know, poor anti-tank gun. Both Panther fleets, they're almost now veterans 1. Of course, the first one already is, but the second one is not far off either. And again, like 2 Panther fleets or multiples, firing, you know, rapid fire can really like wreck some armor if you're not careful or if you're really lucky. There you go, firing with those 2 Panzerkampfwagen dies. Further losses being inflicted here. 3rd Panther fleet moving in northwards. In the center, paratrooping in a caught by the Panzer Grenadiers at the ace level. And we got more mines from the Chosen. Thumbs up. Very, consistent mining run, by the way. Back to RedxWings. Panzer's been caught by the Sherman. Adding the 50 cal there, pilot. Very good. Thumbs up. No further sign thing. Could be the rocket strike. Could be the carpet bombing run. Hard to see which one RedxWings actually picks apart. Of me would say carpet bombing run, as it kind of feels RedxWings. But then again, is it really RedxWings with the big explosions? Or is that more like just, you know, tactical, spicy stuff, which would definitely be the rocket run? That's the big question. We got another Sherman out here for RedxWings, though. More armored elements trying to support the 82nd and Airborne. That's the Panther Fleet's repositioning, getting ready to meet the assault head-on, though they definitely shouldn't, I think, try to tank it out as the Shermans. The Panther Fleet's definitely not favored there. It's more like, you know, flanking them and then using rapid fire. That would blast them. But there you go. Hellcat spot another Panther Fleet. The other Panther Fleet's based with the Bazooka team in the south here. A lot of armor engagements here. Sherman's being pushed back by the Panzerjägers, at least threatened by the Panzerjägers. Obviously, the Panzerjägers are going to have to be, like, extraordinarily lucky to take out a Sherman on their own, or RedxWings would have to, like, spectacularly misplay. Panzerjägers almost right there. More Sherman fire here. Just so much tank dueling here. Third Panther Fleet linking up with the first two, which are now both veterans who won. We also here got a weapon of paratrooper squad, and we got the Panzer Grenadiers now with a Browning light machine gun. Look at this, Otto. They've tried to copy our machine gun with this thing. Yeah, but they haven't done a very good job of it. Well, it shoots fast enough. So who gives a shiz? Anyways, another Panther Fleet here. For TheChosen. That's going to push up to 4 Panther Fleets, which will certainly be a significantly armored force. He's also going for the self-repair upgrade there, which also makes them a bit more durable. That is another handy element there. Looks like we're going to be looking at another series of large tank engagements, which I'll have to say, like, happen with a fair amount of regularity here in Coh3 compared to Coh2. Always something I find nice there. There's Sherman being pushed back over the Panther Fleet. He's not risking it. Obviously, he knows there's more Panther Fleets about. There go, 4th on the way. If he goes to the 5th one, he's going to have a full platoon of Panther Fleets, by the way, under his command. And there you go, another anti-tank air dropped in here for RedxWings, but crucially, he is short on infantry.
Anti-tank team on the field.
You need weapons? We need coordinates.
So what will the Chosen here do with all his Panther Fleets? Because he's smart, he can really do a lot of damage to RedxWings, but he's like, you know, leverage his numbers and speed in a way that actually makes sense. In the south here, Panzer Kampfline catching the pair to the force on the way. Engineer's been caught over the Panther Fleets. The other set here being forced away there. Panzer is flanking in here with a Browning and no MG34 though. And the paratroopers, for some reason, actually fighting against all the Panther Fleets out in the open. That seems a bit suicidal here for RedxWings. And I think RedxWings realizes the folly of his action, pulls back the paratroopers. Meanwhile, another attempt to get the field point is thwarted by RedxWings and the Shermans. Shots firing off there, walls crumbling. Germans falling down lifeless. Back at base here, nothing further happening here. No upgrades, no additional anything else there. Let's for the Chosen yet. Trying to push in the center, but there we go. Using the speed of his Panther Fleets, the Chosen is able to rapidly react here to RedxWings' attempt to enter Pachino Center here. The 15th Panzer blocks the advance here of the 82nd Airborne and the independent tank battalion into the system. So the Americans did operate with independent tank battalions. They could be like, you know, attached wherever they were needed. As a fun fact, the German army did not operate with independent tank battalions, in part because, well, they didn't really have enough tanks.
Give us something to do.
That was obviously less of an issue for the Americans. Ambulance again to the front line here. Oh, it's the ambulance again. Why can't it be an ice cream van?
We're cleared for rocket strikes in our.
You don't have the resources for an ice cream van. You want ice cream. You need to capture it from the Americans.
We're down to 200 points.
Less than 2 months later for RedxWings. The Chosen continue to maintain a fairly strong armored component here. Could of course upgrade it further. He's going for Stuka zu Fuß now. Interesting choice here though. I'm not entirely sure this is the right choice for RedxWings because it doesn't actually like a lot of like anti-tank. It's like other static elements that really need to be like smashed by artillery. Honestly, it would make more sense for them to go for another Panther Fleet, to even like consider like taking out for like the armored reserves, or maybe even like a Flak 36 to like further aid versus the enemy tanks. Like a well-positioned Flak 36 could give like RedxWings, I think, a really tough time of it maybe. But there you go, Southern Assault here from the Chosen is sailing the position of RedxWings, lightly but still firmly defended here by RedxWings. He's just pulling armored reserves though. He used to feel like basically I'm trying to flank it, then again the flanks are covered here by more Panzer IIIs. Arguably that also means that the Chosen is really committing a lot of armor to this assault here either, so I feel like things are just sort of being funneled into the south here. North, so we're seeing a bit of progress there by RedxWings against the northern victory point, trying to hold the bleed there from his opponent. Very good. Meanwhile, it is back to the Chosen.
We have only 250 points remaining.
Could go here for battlefield salvage. It's a really good ability, by the way, but it does tend to get overlooked a bit, I feel like. But there you go, Sherman's wing forwards here. Massive armor duel here. Rapid fire right now. Could take out some of RedxWings' tanks, so even to the tank stuff is not careful. Panther III down there. Great killer for RedxWings. And the Chosen here is just not, I feel like, leveraging his advantage. We've got the Stuka Lotte called in here. Stuka's first maybe being fired here. There we go. One Sherman cooked up here as Stuka cannon fires. Strafes through and cooks off the ammunition. Panther III's pushing forwards. Got the other one, they're actually 2 moving forwards here. And there we go, another strafe here. Mines exploding. Another Panther III goes up in flames. Machine gun wiped out here. Got the M16 down here. It's utter pandemonium. There you go. The Stuka's first rains down death and evaporates the anti-tank gun crew. Another Panther III down though. Leaving just the Chosen now with 3 Panther IIIs. That was definitely a awkwardly executed assault though. That could, I think, been handled a lot better. Like, he attacked with his tank sort of more piecemeal than anything. The infantry wasn't quite there. And I feel like the Stuka's first barrage could also have been happening a lot faster, so... And there's also the argument, did he really even need to fight this engagement like this? He could have pushed elsewhere on the map, I think, more effectively. So, to some degree, you know, I do think this was not necessarily an optimal engagement here from him. He still did a lot of damage to RedxWings, but it cost him 3 Panther IIIs, so there's certainly a question, or 2 that needs to be like answered here. Sherman will take that. He looks like RedxWings able to get the Sherman to safety. Panther III meanwhile in trouble here. Purge was there causing havoc. Machine here could be seized. That'd be a great move there, I think, for the Chosen versus RedxWings. Panzer Pioneer, Panzer is advancing here through the western fields here as the Purge was just trying to hold the Germans. And now we can see here the Chosen is sifting through the wreckage here and securing himself an MD-34. I mean, he could also, I suppose, go for a recovery vehicle and start recovering some of the Panther IIIs and even the M16 here, though. I doubt he's going to do that. He actually have to build the building for it, so I guess not. No sun armor reserves on. They just pushes more Panther IIIs. And we got a few plenty seats. I mean, RedxWings really taking advantage here of the Chosen, I think, over folks in the south, and again, neglecting other parts of the map, so thumbs up to RedxWings. Bit of a warning, I think, there to the Chosen not to suffer too much from tunnel invasion. 30 Carol there set up. That was still, though, quite hectic. But yeah, he took out like 1 tank, a machine gun, and then a tank gun for like 3 Panzer IIIs and like 180 munitions. I don't think that was super optimal there for the Chosen. He needs maybe to take out 1 more tank. I think it worked out well, but 3 Panzer IIIs there. And again, the question is, was that really unnecessary engagement? And I just don't think so. At least it should have been executed better. There's definitely an issue there with the elements being timed correctly, and that meant just RedxWings could like pick off the various tanks much more easily. And of course, there's just a lack of rapid fire, which again is a really good ability. I mean, these abilities increase the rate of fire of your tanks is like typically very good stuff you want to use as much as possible in the right times. There you go, show them the hits of mine. Definitely a problem there for RedxWings. Could be set upon here by the Chosen and the 16th Panzerdivision. I told you to watch for mines, and what do? You just hit one. I told you to watch for mines. Shut it, Carl. Shut it. Going in for the Sherman. Panzer coming up with another Panther III moving in. We also got the Hellcat moving in. Still no rapid fire here, though, from the Chosen. Still none. Panther III heavily damaged. He does have the smoke launcher, which is also something he could have used in that assault, like just to, you know, in a sense, suppress RedxWings' defense when charging in there. Or at least to cover his tanks to withdraw from here as well, so definitely a bit unoptimal here, I think, by the Chosen. What do we have picked? We've got tungsten rounds, vehicle survival package, we've got emergency repair kits, and veteran squad leaders. Grenade package. I mean, he's got almost all of the upgrades, actually, when you think about it. Just quite impressive to see. RedxWings there, rapidly patrolling the main street here, catching the Panzer Pioneer there. Northern victory point seized, but RedxWings is looking as if we can control the battlefield here from the Germans. Still not a lot of infantry, and we got another Germany for RedxWings. No sign of upgrades though, Ball, I believe. I mean, we're not seeing, I think, improvised armor, which could be a pretty good pick in making the Shermans even tougher to deal with for the Panther IIIs here. Of course, there's a 76mm gun, but that one is, well, less needed, I think, against all the Panther 3s.
200 points remaining.
Massive Stukas barrage. He ends up doing sod all. And again, I do feel like the question remains, did he really need that one? I'm not so sure. But anyways, another Sherman ready here for RedxWings, or did he cancel it? No, he's got it there. He's got it there. Another Panther 3 there for TheChosen. Back to RedxWings perspective.
Our opponent has fallen to 200 points.
Sherman's withdrawing. And we actually get the 76mm upgrade on the way here. It does overall boost these Sherman's guns there. But worth noting, Sherman tank crews were actually not keen on the 76mm gun. It's actually meant they could fire less powerful high explosive shells. Which, the thing is, like, most tanks will typically most of the time deal with infantry rather than armor, so having good high explosive shells is actually quite essential. And thus, they actually prefer the 75mm version. But anyways, we got the Shermans moving in here, catching the punch because they're forcing the way there. Very good. Of course, less good here for TheChosen. Mines going off here under TheChosen's Panzer on his feet, and we got a third Panther 3 ready, so it's back to feet tanks at least for now. RedxWings 76mm Shermans moving forwards here. Gonna push right into the Panther 3s. Whoops, sorry about. Oh, okay, I don't know what's going on with the mouse there. So I decided to go off in weird directions. My apologies. Must be some grime or something. Anyways, it's another Stuka here against RedxWings. Panzer 3's just withdrawing here. And a bit of white phosphorus though from RedxWings and his bazooka team here. Sherman takes some nasty hits here. Very nasty stuff here. M18 Hellcat coming towards him. Looks like trying to maneuver him here. We've got paired to the flanking. Oh, getting caught here with the Panther 3. We've got the Hellcat coming up here. Going up to the ruined house there and engaging the Panther 3 from good safe distance. Another pass here though from the Stuka Loiters. But there are no tags for Stalemate. Another building collapses here under brutal and vengeful fire here as the Hellcat slowly peeps in again. Sherman falling back down to just one tank and a Hellcat here. Stukas was being hauled to the front line again. No sign additional pants or anything like that here from TheChosen.
We're losing it.
South here, 30 cal there routing the Panzer Pioneer. And what is this? We got an anti-tank gun now being hauled in here by TheChosen. Interesting pick here. Meanwhile, we got a bit of blind fire from the Stukas Fuss. A bit late to the party though, just ends up being another waste of barrage. Looks really cool, but crucially just doesn't do anything for TheChosen. And certainly, there's this increasing feeling that the Stukas Fuss is really just being a massive waste of resources for TheChosen here versus RedxWings. I definitely at this point really feel like it's just a bit off going for a flak 36, honestly. Just sitting right here in a good position could make things much tougher here for RedxWings. Much, much tougher. Vertically in a nice position, coming this on the victory point, halting here, chosen attempt to grab this on the victory point. Keep firing, Carl, keep firing. I'm firing. What else do you want me to do? Kill some Germans. Idiot. Panzer pushing forwards, gonna pop a grenade in here. Being suppressed here. And routed, Sherman himself is there. Further in the center there, we got the machine coming up here. Worth noting TheChosen's not running any of these machine guns presented. We got RedxWings again, basically up north here. I'm imagine the scouts there. No, it's Paratroops was actually grabbing Northern Point. I still feel like RedxWings could do with a bit more infantry, but also don't blame for just going for more tanks here. Bazooka team there being spotted again here. Also here by the Panzerkampfwagens. Sherman's Hellcat withdrawing. Scouts going forward here. Moving across on the bellies here, across the center of the map here. The south 30 cal is spotted by the Sun Victory Point here. Chosen the ready to evict those Americans from sacred German soil. Jumping forward to catch here with the Panther 3s. They're good shot returning on the Panzerkampfwagens. Pack 30 gets a good shot on the Sherman. We got more Hellcats arriving as well. Now push back the Panther 3, heavily damaged. Still no real use of smoke here, though, by the Chosen, and certainly I don't think so we're seeing any, like, rapid fire from him either. Match sort of swing around the center now, slightly repositioning their forces as how they're dispositioned. Shooting here through the hedges at the Sherman there, forcing it back. Good move there by the Chosen, good move. Back here to him, and we got what appears to be another anti-tank drop here for RedxWings. Meanwhile, Sherman they're probing the center here, supporting the scouts against the Germans. Far up north here, RedxWings trying to get the point back. We, of course, got an entire ace level paratroop with double arm machine guns. Successfully forced them off here. We got 154-74 here. Bazooka team moving through the ruins here of Pachino. And the Chosen is pretty quick. This withdraws Panther Thieves. Bazooka team, meanwhile, though, are suffering the brunt of German punishment. Got white phosphorus rockets being deployed against the PaK-38. And of course, one element to keep in mind about the white phosphorus rockets and the Bazooka team, they can fire at anything. They're not like the white phosphorus around the Sherman that can only be targeted like tanks. You can fire white phosphorus rocket wherever you want to. That's actually a surprisingly handy ability. So, quick note there for those wondering what's going on there. And we got a rocket strafe here in the Panther Fleet and the 250 attack here. And the Chosen reacts too slowly. There we go, full volley there, and the Panther Fleet almost taking out here. Paratroopers are getting hot with the volley in return. They'll hit. And we got the PaK-38 crew there wiped out with the Shermans as RedxWings comes in swinging here with the Shermans. And worth noting, I mean, now his forces are getting somewhat split up here as well. As RedxWings comes in, diving here for freedom and democracy. PaK's getting wiped out. Panther Fleet in trouble here. Panther Fleet withdrawing here. PaK there about to get wiped out. Again, Stukas' barrage in the desperate hope to hit the tanks. Panzergrenadiers, Ace about to get exterminated here. RedxWings keeps up the assault here. Losses for the 16th Panzer Unit piling up in the face of the United States Armored Fist here. And we got the 250 being caught in a bad spot. MD-30 here holding up. We got Panzergrenadiers counter-attacking into the 30 cal there. Sherman's moving in and back up with the Hellcat flanking here. 250 uptake kaput. We got paratroopers now dropping down here for RedxWings again. The Chosen is getting decimated and he still hasn't gone from reserves here. Panther Pioneer there in trouble. Panther Thieves, they need repairs quite badly. We got another Panther Thief on the way there. And Panzer Pioneer here spotted by the Sherman. Looking extra bad here for the Chosen. And the 16th Puncher, we got another Stuka here. Another attempted to wreck him, but there we go, loses a Panther Thief in the process. Sherman there knocked out. Gunfire there, setting off the munitions. Thankfully, Sergeant Brad Pitt still lives. That's because that's what the script needs him to. 30 cal on the center of the road here. M18 Hellcat falling back along to the anti-tank gun. But RedxWings much more control the situation now here. The Chosen just seems at this point to be slightly struggling here. His Stuka's first bar away. Still hasn't killed any more. Well, the only kill it's actually made after those initial four has actually been a friendly kill. But it hasn't, like, taken out any more Americans. You know, the barrage around the center, it would appear this time around. On the south here. Got one of the anti-tank crews here. Good. Definitely time to do some work again here. And otherwise just obliterating bushes and walls. But not a lot of more anti-tank crews here. Catching this Hellcat here with the two Panther Thieves. They got the RedxWings for the rocket strike here. Panther Thieves about to get knocked out. Grenade off as well. He could take out the Hellcat. Panther Thief knocked out. Other Panther Thief deep. Shies and the Hellcat misses. It's a real mess, and the other Panther Thief was actually forgotten here by the Chosen. It seems he's a bit struggling here now to keep up with the pace here, being set by RedxWings. It is quite the relentless pace here. Panther Thief trying to go away. They almost got the anti-tank gun. He could try and rush in the ambulance to crew up both anti-tank guns and turn them against the Americans. Hellcat knocks out another Panther Thief here. Chosen's actions are starting to seem increasingly scattered and erratic. There's a lack of cohesion now, lack of focus, if you will, that is making it even easier for RedxWings, I think, to just slap down Chosen assaults at this point. He's down to 41 now. That's the 73 here of RedxWings. We got another Panther Thief on the way here. Getting the Sherman here, could take it out here. Nope, well, he's not trying to crew the anti-tank guns. White phosphorus shell on the Panther Thief. Good work by RedxWings, saves the Sherman there from the Panzerkampfwagen 3 Ausführung L. 23 points. Got the Sherman. Another white phosphorus rocket here. I guess that's GG here. GG. A win here for RedxWings, a loss for TheChosen. And I do think TheChosen actually had this match at several points there, but he just kind of kept misplaying his tanks. Like, he just seemed to, like, think, he just seemed to, like, rush the Panther 3 straight at his opponent. His opponent wouldn't be able to do anything. But the problem was, like, he just kept mishandling the tanks. Like, for some that big assault here, the Panther 3s were, like, even, like, sending once, like, all at the same time. They're sending, like, one here, one there. Others were, like, late to the party as well. He was never really able to leverage all his firepower at the same time. There's lack of infantry support. And the rocket strike also came in too late. Hell, he had smoke launchers that didn't use that. And I think that's, like, one of those key elements here with TheChosen. Like, he has all of these abilities, but a lot of the time he never used them. I think he was too overfocused on the Stuka anti-tank loader, which, while powerful, is not the only tool he has available to him. And I think he was over-reliant on that to, like, actually do all the work, and maybe just never really got around to actually utilizing his Panther these better, because in several times he had, like, more tanks than RedxWings. But the way he utilized them, he never really got to leverage those numbers effectively. He also, I think, got, again, never used smoke. He never tried to flank. And I think it just made it much easier for RedxWings to beat him down and push him back. You could also, like, the Stukas was really end up being a waste. He probably better off with a Flak 36 or taking up, with armored reserves, like, say, here some Panther 4s or Stugs or anything else than that Stukas Fus here to really support him. So, while he might just look at, he spent a lot of resources, and the Panther 3 apparently thought, just spending a lot of resources on the same unit would automatically cause him to win, which is, I mean, the harsh reality was, like, it just came down more to how he used his tanks. And of course, if he's coming in from Coh3, that could partly be the explanation, because Coh3 really never taught you, like, large-scale tank tactics. Like, the most times you had, like, 1 or 2 tanks most of the time, unless you're the Soats and winning, in which case you'd get a lot more. But at that point, you just need to, like, drive the tanks at the enemy, and the tanks would take care of the job itself. But in Coh3, like, you can actually more consistently get a lot of tanks, but you may not have the experience with it. So it's actually something you need to work on improving on, is, like, handling larger number of tanks. And I think that's what TheChosen needs to work on, is handling more than 2 tanks at a time. Because I think, he had 4 Panther 3s, which actually is quite solid, but he just failed to utilize it correctly. That said, of course, RedxWings also played quite well. He was quite able to use his abilities comparatively to TheChosen, though I do also think RedxWings at times chose some engagements poorly, but he was assisted again in TheChosen's sub-poor use of the Panther 3. So, there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. You learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment, tell a friend, tell a family, but not your enemies. And of course, as always, you can support the Propaganda by donating on Patreon. Links are in the video description. This is Imperial Cheers, and see you all tomorrow for another episode. Bye, everyone.